Good morning. It is Saturday, May 16th, which means it's finally graduation day. So get ready with me while I tell you a little bit more about the program that I'm graduating from. So it's my hair. It's a Master of Translational Medicine, and it's a joint program between UC Berkeley and UCSF. I'm also almost out of this. Joint program between both schools, and so you get split between like what your like official home campus is, but generally like you're more UC Berkeley based, and our UCSF like core classes are on Wednesday, so we're meant to be there basically all day. But you can take other electives at UCSF if you want. I'd say the majority of my cohort is like either on campus or close to Berkeley compared to USF, but there's some people there, and then there's some people like me who commute. Actually, I think there's a good amount of people who might commute. So it's kind of an interesting system because Berkeley's on semester system and UCSF is on quarter. I'm used to quarter, but so sometimes it like the schedule is a little weird, but overall like spring break lined up, which I feel like has never happened while I was at UCLA. Like it never lined up with my friends who were on semester. But our spring breaks lined up. With like Christmas break and stuff like that, they just like sort of they work with it. Like I didn't have any like finals like I did in undergrad for UCSF, so I kind of was able to start my break when Berkeley ended for the semester. And yeah, so our program is based around a capstone project. So we get split into teams at the beginning of the year. You get to like write out and fill a form of which ones you would be interested in and why. And then you get placed into these teams. So first, like the different project sponsors will like pitch their project. And so you have to watch a few of those. You can watch more if you want. And then you decide and you fill out these forms. And I believe the sponsors can also kind of, I don't know if they also kind of look, I think the sponsors also kind of look through your profile to make sure like it would work out. But this program is like, the cohort's kind of a mix. Like there's a lot of engineers, but there's also like life science people who are already physicians. And so it's kind of like its focus is on like science and engineering, but also clinical and also like business aspects. So on your team, you kind of want people who are willing to do different things. And like some projects are like some projects are more like we have the concept, we need a business plan, versus some are like we're really trying to prototype. So like, and you'll see that in the team profile or in the project profile when you're deciding. And so I had my top two choices. One was an in-ear EEG like earbud that was meant to like help people with ADHD sleep better. And I thought that was interesting. As I've talked about, I'm interested in like neurological disorders and stuff like that. So working with something with ADHD seemed interesting to me. And then the other one is called Phase Shift, which is the one I ended up getting matched into. And it's called Phase Shift. And we were working with a pediatric plastic surgeon from UCSF, mainly at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital in the East Bay. And his project is based around craniofacial differences like cleft lip palate or like ear deformities. And so the goal was to have a like non-invasive solution to that using 3D printing and scanning. So our project sponsor is like the head of the 3D printing, no, 3D, yeah, 3D printing. He's the head of 3D printing center at that hospital, and he previously was the head at, I think, a hospital in St. Louis. So yeah, that was one of his. So I was really interested in that. He also, like, when he pitched it, like, you could tell that he really cared, like, about making a difference with the kids. Like, he obviously sees these situations in his practice, and once we started working on the project, we were able to go in and shadow him during his clinical rounds, and it was really just cool to see him in practice and see how he is with the kids and everything. So we decided to focus on ear deformities first as our main product, or as our first, like, and minimum viable product. And so we've been working on scanning the ear first, then using that, modeling on a software, printing out a positive, and then pouring silicone over it to make a negative. And then with that, we have to attach it to the ear, and it's gonna like guide the ear back into a normal shape. And this is more for like babies, because their tissue is still malleable because they have maternal estrogen flowing through it. So yeah, we started off kind of looking more at the business plan, deciding what we were going to focus on. Then we started looking at materials, and then worked on printing, and now we're looking at like attaching. We've been making the prototype and attaching. It's been a really cool product to work on, and potentially continuing to work on it with them past graduation. Still figuring that out. But I've enjoyed it thus far, and I like my team. Most teams have like 4 people in it. We originally were supposed to have 4 people, but our 4th person ended up leaving the program because they got into medical school, which is great for them. So we ended up with just 3 of us. But I really like my team. It's 3 girls. They're all, we're all from the Bay. We all commute from different places. And we've gotten along pretty well over the year. And I think my entire cohort generally like gets along pretty well. We're all like friendly with each other. I'm not like friends with everyone, but like if I like ran into anyone, we'd be like, we're all like very kind to each other, which I guess is not always the case. But yeah, I say I enjoyed this year. It went by really fast. Like, obviously it's a year. Well, I mean, like, less than a year. It's an academic year. But yeah, it went by super quick. It is just a 1-year program. And yeah, so today's UCSF graduation. Next week is Berkeley, like, master's graduation. And then first week of June is our like final presentation. So we graduate, but we're technically not done. But I only have UCSF classes left because the semester is done. Which is, again, kind of interesting, but yeah, it's been a great year. If anyone has any questions, let me know. But yeah, so when I was applying to undergrad, I really wanted to go to Berkeley. That was like my like top school, because it was like close to home, and I really wanted to stay close to home. And also, obviously, it's a great school, and especially for engineering. But I had like never really visited it, even though I'm like 40 minutes away, and I've like gone to like, I used to volunteer or like intern at the Lawrence Hall of Science, which is like attached to UC Berkeley, but it's like higher up in the hill, so we would just go up there, and I would never really go down to campus. And so I didn't really visit campus until the start of undergrad, when my friend got into Berkeley. And so I didn't end up getting into Berkeley, and I ended up going to UCLA. Loved UCLA. Very happy with how that turned out. But I went to go visit Berkeley when my friend was going there, and I was like, honestly, I'm like okay with going to UCLA. Like, I don't know that the Berkeley campus was for me, but obviously, like, still loved. It still is a great school, and I always had that kind of dream of going. So when I got in for master's, I was pretty happy, and but I don't know, like, going there, like, obviously it's grown a bit on me since like the beginning, but I think I definitely enjoy the UCLA campus more. And I also got to, like, I was commuting to Berkeley, so I didn't really get to experience like Berkeley life, which I wish I kind of had. But again, it was just like 1 year. It's hard to feel like permanent. With UCSF, it did feel a little more like I was, what's it called? It felt more like I was at school, because we would like go there all day, and so during our breaks, my teammates and I would like go get food, or we were like, I've mentioned how I was on my acai journey, so we would go to different acai places or just walk around, take a walk. We were like across from the Chase Center, so we'd walk over there. Yeah. You also get a lot of benefits as a UCSF student or like staff or whatever, which is cool. And I like our campus, like the Mission Bay campus. It's pretty nice. Like, it's in a really nice area. So it was nice having like access to both campuses. I do wish I would have gotten more like involved. But yeah, so if anyone has any questions about Berkeley UCSF program, any of that, let me know. I can try to answer them. For what's next, I'm doing this, like, it's called the Imprint Scholars Program through the like a neurotech collider lab at UC Berkeley. It's a virtual program mostly, but it's like working on like entrepreneurship in regards to Alzheimer's disease and like dementia related diseases, which seems pretty exciting. And it's more like, I've been interested in neurotech, like I mentioned, so I'm like ready to like start looking into that. And then within this next year, I'm hoping to apply to PhD programs. And I'm also still trying to find some other job, which might involve continuing the research that we were doing for our phase shift. But that's still TBD. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna finish getting ready and I'll check in later. Made it on BART. The gate agent gave us a free ticket, free ride. It's very sweet. Made it to, well, it's like by City Hall, but it's we're graduating in a theater. Everyone's in English to me, congratulations, which is cool. Here's the sun go down. Tell me you need me, tell me you care.
Nessa Walko. Trixie Chu. Until you let down your hair. So even if you lose your way, I will still be there.
On the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree Master of Translational Medicine. Congratulations.
Write your name in the stars. You can confide in.
I'm not.
Tell me your mystery. I was a shell. Swim with the tide, wash away with the sand. In the times there was no sign of relief, and I'll never understand why you rescued me.
Took a little nap, and now we're heading to Berkeley for Bacc Mass.
Show me your weakness when life isn't fair. Oh, I was a sad, sad story until you let down your hair. So even if you lose your way,
Her favorite memory is the Labor Day Olympics.
Made it to the field. I'm the first one of my program here, but my friend should be getting here soon.
I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I'm falling in love. You're all I'm thinking of. Taking my time, messing my life, swear I don't mind. Say that you'll stay holding me close.
Vanessa Wacko.
Baby, I feel the rush. Everything that you touch turns to gold. I know. Baby, I'm missing you. Everything that you do makes me love you. Oh. Tell me everything.
Back home, took a nap. But yeah, graduations are all over. This graduation was definitely different than UCSF's. And it was nice, but it was so hot and it was outdoors. And well, apparently like the seats like where the guests and everyone were sitting, like they don't have backs, like it's just like it's an amphitheater. So my parents were also like, well, my parents and my sister were also like uncomfortable with how they were sitting. But like we were in chairs, but like I wasn't like uncomfortable with like sitting. I was just like that the sun was on me, and then I felt sticky, and then I'm wearing like the black gown and everything. But they were going through names pretty fast, and ours was actually like the second or third group to go. But you're like supposed to stay until the end. And I tried to stay as long as I could, and I made it pretty much. Like I think the last group, I just like at that point I was like, I can't stay here anymore, and like everyone else in my cohort was like gone, so I was like, you know, I'm leaving. I can't do this anymore. So then we got acai at this place that two girls in my cohort had recommended to me that I hadn't gotten a chance to try yet. So we went there. It was good, not my favorite, but it was fine. Yeah. Came home, took a nap, and I think that'll be all for this vlog. I don't know if I'll add in some symposium footage for this one. That might be a later vlog because we still have a few weeks until that. But I think this is it for this video. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.